My name is Alicia Levermore and I am the British Youth Council Rep.
So I'm Alicia, I'm a British Youth Council Rep, and that involves taking the Methodist voice to a national forum, which then has influence with governments and campaigning groups.
It's a lot of talking to different reps from different organisations and talking about what young people in the whole of the UK want to change in government.
So we attend national members meetings and have influence within our local districts about collecting what young people think and sort of what they think about issues, and then taking that to the national members meetings and writing things to go in our manifesto, which is BYC's kind of policy in a way.
It's important to have a BYC Rep because the Methodist Church Children and Youth is quite large. We have a lot of young people, and it's important that as a church we have a say in what young people as a whole want. So it's really important that we integrate our church young people into national young people.
So we're quite good, I think, in the Methodist Church to sort of think about youth and what we think about stuff, but I think to take that out to a broader environment and a really good form of outreach which can affect change.
It is challenging walking into a room of people that you've never met before. That's something that you have to work on. But I think it's something that is good to work on. I don't think I expected it to be as fun as it has been. It has been actually really good fun. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been challenging on your personal level to your own faith, because you have to put your own views aside and you have to really think about what the Methodist youth as a whole would think about some of these issues, and there's quite a lot of big things that we're talking about, for instance the definitions of marriage and stuff, and that's quite kind of official things. So the challenge, I would say, is to go into those discussions as a rep and not as you, and to put your people that you're representing's voice across and not just yours. My favourite thing about the role has been getting to meet the other reps and getting to see what they're doing and see how all the different kind of aspects of the outreach that we're doing kind of link together. And I like having the base of the rep weekends away, so you get to see what everyone's doing and report back and kind of be involved in everything.
Probably the first rep weekend. That was really good fun, meeting all the new reps. We work really well as a team, I think. I think that's part of being a rep, is learning to work with all the other reps so you can link your representative role with all the others. At the rep weekends we often start with team building things and meeting lots of people, and then we get down to kind of talking about what we've done over the last time since we were last at a rep weekend, and talk about what we've been doing in our different rep roles.
We do a lot of stuff about 3Generate, which is really exciting because we get to have a lot of influence on it, which is good because we're the ones that experience it, and it's good to directly feed what we hear at 3Gen back into the next one to make it better.
To be a good BYC rep you should probably be a little bit organised, as much as you can, because it does take a lot of organisation to make sure at meetings at the right times as much as possible.
I think you're confident enough to go into a room where you don't know anyone and talk from your organisation, in this case Methodist Youth, about what your viewpoint would be, and that you're confident enough to kind of take young people's views and collate them and then express that clearly, and have discussions with other organisations, and that you're okay to have debates about stuff because we don't always agree at the meetings, and it's interesting to hear others' viewpoints. You have to be kind of accepting and open-minded, but also kind of assertive enough to get your point across. I think you have to be self-motivated and you have to sort of find out what opportunities there are out there. So there's a lot of really cool stuff going on, and it's really interesting to get involved in, but you do have to kind of sort out yourself and network, which I think is really good to build you up for later on.
If you were applying for the role, I'd probably say really think about whether you have the time to do it. You don't have to have a lot of time, obviously we're all still busy. As long as you're really interested, it doesn't matter, everyone's busy, but yeah, try and be interested in the role you want to do and be passionate about trying to fulfill it as well as you can. Everyone can do it, it's not particularly challenging, it's just being open to new ideas.
I would say talk to one of us that's already won, because I did that and it really helped me decide that this was the one I particularly wanted to do, because it's quite a confusing role, and I think it's easier for someone to explain it to you that's had the experience.
Yeah, I'd recommend people doing BYC. It's been really good fun.